It is fantastic to be joined by Senator Ben Cardin, a great leader for our state, our nation, and our world, as well as so many other elected officials and representatives and partners of organizational leaders who protect our environment. Howard County is a national leader in energy independence and protecting our environment for current and future generations. After I became your Howard County executive in 2018, we saw that we needed to fill a void in national leadership that had eroded under the previous administration, so we committed to meeting the environmental protocols of the Paris Climate Accord. We signed the largest solar power purchase agreement in the state of Maryland to get as much clean energy as possible to power our government buildings. We are committed to making our neighborhoods more walkable and bikeable with planning and construction of hundreds of miles of complete streets, bike lanes and paths, much more than in previous years. As a community, we planted more than 60,000 trees over the last 4 years, and we've exceeded state water quality goals. We've dramatically improved access to local, fresh, and healthy foods, distributing more than 12,000 roving radish meal kits. We've dramatically expanded our EV infrastructure throughout the county with more than 100 publicly accessible charging stations. And with the innovative and transformative work that we do, it's critical that we continue to benchmark ourselves against other jurisdictions in our country and the world, because we need to be both innovative and accountable. We look to the national environmental leaders to objectively review our efforts and make sure that we remain on the right path. Internationally, there is no stronger or more respected evaluation process than the U.S. Green Building Council's leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Standard, or LEED. LEED was originally created for commercial and industrial buildings and incorporated into Howard County's own green building requirements and has been expanded to include homes and then whole neighborhoods and now cities and entire communities. Because of this history and strength of the process, we asked our U.S. Green Building Council to review Howard County's policies in construction, in green spaces, in resiliency planning, in transportation policy, and dozens of other areas. And we just got our scores back. Today, I'm pleased to announce that Howard County has been certified as a LEED Platinum community through the LEED version of 4.1 Cities and Communities program, the highest level achievable. We are the first county in the entire United States to receive this designation in this version, and Howard County received the second highest number of points ever awarded. The designation came after a rigorous review of Howard County in 40 different areas, ranging from energy and greenhouse gas emissions to innovation, stormwater management, and housing affordability. We are particularly proud of the 25 points we received in energy and gas emissions. We received the maximum points for our green spaces, our natural resource conservation restoration, and our resilience planning. We did exceptionally well in their scoring of water efficiency, civil and human rights, environmental justice, and much more. And of course, in Howard County, our innovative approaches to challenges help make us the very best place to live, work, play, and grow for all. So I'm particularly excited that we received the maximum number of points in innovation. We received those points for inclusivity in recreational activities for our inclusive playgrounds in Savage and Blandair Regional Park, as well as other locations. Howard County Pollinator Initiative, including becoming the first bee county in the United States in expanding pollinator habitat across our county. Accessible, healthy food for our various roving radish programs. Reduction of single-use plastic, including our plastic reduction and environmental protection grants to various organizations doing their part to reduce plastic and other waste. Encouraging solar development for our groundbreaking zoning rules that allow and encourage solar in every zone in Howard County. Over the last 4 years, we've set the national standard for energy independence and environmental leadership. However, this is not the end. We are thrilled that with our LEED Platinum status and together, we will continue to create the very best quality of life for all. Again, I want to thank Senator Cardin and our leaders in Washington. Our federal government just adopted the Inflation Reduction Act, which will include new credits for electric vehicles. We'll invest in disadvantaged communities and promote environmental justice and create more manufacturing jobs. The LEED Platinum designation shows that Howard County is ready, and we will be good stewards for these resources. Thank you.
To Dr. Ball, congratulations. This is a big deal. Dr. Ball said that Howard County is a national leader. Howard County is the national leader. The first county in our nation to get certified LEED Platinum. That's incredible leadership, and it requires the county exec to have a vision, to have a comprehensive plan, to have a team in place that can deliver, and to be able to actually show results. And that's what Howard County, under Dr. Ball's leadership and the council's leadership, has been able to produce. I am so proud of you, Dr. Ball. Thank you so much again for everything you're doing. And to Roger Platt at the U.S. Green Buildings, thanks for being here. We appreciate the fact that you have developed a national strategy that all of us can participate in our environment, to do our share by giving us standards that we can meet and being able to achieve what we know we have to in order to save our planet. So thank you for your leadership, and thank you for being here today to recognize the great leadership in Howard County. I can't tell you how proud I am of our congressional team, President Biden's leadership to get the Inflation Reduction Act done, Chris Van Hollen, his critical role on the Senate Appropriations Committee, John Sarbanes, his role in regards to the environmental issues and getting things accomplished. It has been Team Maryland. And I'll tell you, this is the largest, the Inflation Reduction Act is the largest single program ever passed by Congress to deal with climate change. We got it done. We got it done. And it's on top of what we were able to get done in the infrastructure bill, in the American Rescue Plan, in the CHIPS and Science bill, and the list goes on and on and on, to deal with our environment, to deal with our economy, to deal with our national security. We have delivered. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Inflation Reduction Act because, Calvin, you're right. Howard County is poised to use the tools that have now been signed into law, the resources that are now going to be made available. Howard County and Maryland are poised to use those tools to build on what we've already been able to achieve. LEED Platinum certification is a big deal, but Howard County is just starting. They're going to do more because they're going to have a partner at the federal level to make that a reality. The Inflation Reduction Act for individuals is monumental. Marylanders will save a couple $100 on their energy bill as a result of the IRA bill. Individuals will be able to get tax credits to modernize their homes, to make them energy efficient. They'll be able to get credits in order to have green cars, up to $7,500. And the list goes on and on for energy efficiency. Those tools are in the IRA bill, so individual homeowners, individual consumers can do their share and get a help from the federal government in saving our planet. And just look around at the news that we've seen today about the droughts and the floods and the sea level rises. We are at a critical juncture in saving our planet. And what Howard County has done, what Maryland is doing, what the federal government has done in the IRA bill will make a difference. There's money in here by HUD for loans and grants for energy efficiencies in housing. There's money in here for clean vehicle credits up to $7,500. There's money in here for charging stations. There's money in here for green agriculture, which is particularly important here in Maryland with the regional conservation partnership programs that we participate in. That's important for Maryland farmers and important for our Chesapeake Bay. That's in this bill. There's money in here for coastal communities. Maryland's a coastal community. There's money in here for climate resilience in coastal communities so that we can protect our communities from shoreline erosion and from flooding. You have some flooding issues here in Howard County. We know about that. I've been out here too many times, and we are taking steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. But there's money in here to deal with those types of issues. Thank you, President Biden, for including that in the Inflation Reduction Act. There's money in here for environmental and climate justice. Let's remember that many communities have been disadvantaged because roads have been put in to make it convenient for others, but with little sensitivity to the community that has been divided as a result of those actions. There's money in here, a program I'm particularly proud about, transportation alternative programs that allow us to have green communities. Money in here for reconnecting communities, for social justice. Funds are in here to make that a reality. $3 billion. That's a lot of money. That's commitments made that Howard County and Maryland will be able to use. There's money in this for the National Wildlife Refuges. We have 5 in Maryland that'll get help in order to preserve our refuges, which are really the capture grounds of carbon, and provide us protection against shoreline and coastal erosion. Money in here for neighborhood access to deal. So money in here for advanced manufacturing, green manufacturing, because that's where the jobs of the future are going to be. That's where America can outcompete any nation in the world. We want to make sure that America leads the global economy, and the global economy that's responsible for what we're doing to our environment. So we are very proud of what Howard County has been able to do as the national leader. We're very proud of what Congress has been able to do under President Biden's leadership to pass this historic legislation to provide the tools to deal with our environmental challenges. We are ready. Maryland's ready. I am proud to represent the people of Maryland in the United States Senate, and I'm proud of what we've been able to deliver on behalf of our community.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. Most of the important dignitaries here have been acknowledged, but I did want to acknowledge, as they were announced earlier, some young people from the Youth Climate Initiative and also from the Ambassadors Conservation Corps members. Anyway, so this is in many respects a generational issue, and it's interesting that we have one of our most senior presidents of all time who has also combined with and captured a sense of what the youth are really focused on as well, which is the environment. Let me just note that while the senator pointed out that this was just a start, and I know that's always an important thing to say because, of course, we really want you to keep doing the kind of leadership level activity you've done. It's a hell of a start, you know, right? So let me just say, at the U.S. Green Building Council, we believe that better buildings and cities lead to better lives, and Howard County is clearly committed to a resilient, sustainable, and brighter future for all. This certification is a really big deal, and it recognizes the progress that you're making that serves as an example for others across the country and the world. I have done plaque ceremonies in over 20 countries, but I have never done a plaque ceremony for a county, and I've never done a plaque ceremony for a county that's a platinum county. So while Howard County joins more than 120 local governments across the globe that have certified to LEED for cities and counties, there are only 2 that have achieved this level. And of course at USGBC, we are really, for want of a better word, we embrace the gamification that is the LEED process. You know, everybody gets close and they go, oh, we're just a few points away from gold. Let's do it. We're a few points away from platinum. And so there is some very healthy competition. And some of the top leaders here, including Josh, your Director of Environment, said, well, the other recipient of this, Roger, they're Santa Monica, they're only 7 square miles, whereas, and so I asked him exactly how many square miles they were, and he's very competent, but he did not have that right at the top of his head. So we pulled up the thing, and we found that it is 263 square miles, and honestly, this is almost a kind of, dream where you just can't believe you're really hearing it. But when you hear senators talking in a sophisticated way about the fabric of reinventing and rebuilding the fabric of communities that have been ripped apart through social injustice in the past, and you look at the fact that in this points world that we live in, really the thing that you can be super proud of is how well you did in the quality of life, including the quality of life that sends a message to people that this county is one that's inclusive and that values civil rights and values social justice. Because that's connected to the environment in so many ways we don't have time to talk about today. So these examples and many others show how USGBC's vision for a sustainable future for everyone within this generation isn't a far-reaching ideal. We're here to celebrate that it's here right now. It's fitting to announce your LEED for Cities and Community Platinum Certification to Deer here with the Honorable Ben Cardin. Thanks for all his support. LEED certification provides tangible results that communities like yours are now ready to act on what you've learned. The newly enacted Inflation Reduction Act has strong equity and justice focus. And just as I've mentioned, one of the things I think you can be especially proud of is your leadership in that area. This is an exciting time for nations, cities, and counties. We're so genuinely honored to be here. Thank you, Howard County, for your extraordinary leadership. Platinum is, well, it's platinum.